Hi everyone, and welcome back to another grocery haul video. I'm Katie and I'm excited to walk you through two new recipes that I'm trying this week and what I picked up at the store. The first recipe is this vegetable bowl, and I'm gonna add some protein to it to make it more of a complete dinner meal, but I think it would be great as leftovers for work. The way it starts with some roasted veggies. So I got some sweet potato, some onion, and I really like onion and sweet potatoes, especially because of their prebiotic fiber content. Sweet potatoes are really high in beta carotene, so it's a good resistant starch and more of that starchy carbohydrate that we really like. I got some green bell pepper, some of these spicier peppers to add in, and those are all gonna go in the oven and roast. I'm gonna probably roast it with some avocado oil, some salt, smoked paprika for flavor. And the reason I'm choosing avocado oil is because it has a higher smoke point, so it's not gonna oxidize in the oven. It will be just fine to get these vegetables nice and crispy. And then I'm also gonna add some kale to my bowl, and what I'm gonna do with this is wash it, tear it into bite-sized pieces, and then when I make my dressing, I'm gonna massage the dressing into the kale so that it becomes a little bit more easy to digest. It's gonna be a lot softer and just not as rough and so dense and hard to digest for some people. The reason I like kale is because it's really high in antioxidants. It's really high in camphorol and quercetin, which are two of the antioxidants that are a little bit harder to get, and really good in vitamin C, fiber, all the things that we like out of our vegetables. The sauce for this recipe is really interesting. It's a half a cup of tahini and a few tablespoons of this Dijon mustard, some lemon juice. I'm gonna add probably some roasted garlic, some salt, roasted or red pepper flakes for spice, and so you massage that into the kale. And then to add some protein, I'm gonna add this Australian lamb, which I got at Little Farms. It's grass-fed and it's really tasty. I've had it before. I've used it for my meatball recipe. So this I'm just gonna saute on the stovetop with some smoked paprika and za'atar and maybe a little bit of olive oil, and then just kind of make my bowl out of that. And I think for good measure, I might have to add a little bit of avocado. So I'm excited to try this out, and then I think it will be perfect for leftovers. The other recipes I'm making this week are more Asian inspired, and the first one is I was tasked to come up with a healthy version of a cashew nut chicken, and I personally love cashew nut chicken. I'm going for more of a Thai version of this dish, and so what I picked up, I have all of the ingredients to make it, but I did need a little bit of coconut sugar because this dish is quite spicy and it's meant to have a little bit of sweetness. I'm gonna balance it out with about a tablespoon of coconut sugar. Whenever a recipe calls for sugar, I'm always looking to use about half the amount that they're asking for. Coconut sugar is really sweet. A little goes a long way and it adds a lot of flavor, but it does balance it out. So I do think that this is a good alternative to your regular white sugar. It's a little bit lower glycemic index. It has some trace minerals in it, and it's really tasty. So I'm gonna try this out. I'll probably use about a tablespoon for 4 servings of a recipe. The last item is this lemongrass turmeric paste, which this is from the brand Mikala. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's a really great brand because they're not adding a bunch of those inflammatory oils and sugars and MSG and fillers that you're finding in some Asian pastes or starters or sauces, things like that. So this is a really good brand to look for at Little Farms, and they have a bunch of a big range of curries, rendang, tom yum, like all these different starters that you can get. And obviously you can make this at home, but it's so much more efficient to just grab it while you're out and then you always have it on hand. I like to use this for rubbing onto fish or making a quick curry with veggies or something like that. But this is a really good flavor, this one. It's just lemongrass, shallots, ginger, lime juice, turmeric, and pink sea salt. So there's not even any oil, so you get to choose the oil that you want to add, which I really, really like.